Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, the president of Ukraine is coming to the United States this weekend. We'll tell you why. And funding has been tough for nonprofits this year. Why giving what you can means more than ever right now.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is coming to the United States this weekend, meeting with President Donald Trump in Florida as the war with Russia continues. WYMT Washington correspondent Katrin Asaf explains what the meeting could mean as leaders look to end the years-long war.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Friday he's meeting with President Donald Trump Sunday in Florida. The meeting comes as the Ukrainian president hopes to get security guarantees from the U.S. as part of a revised 20-point plan to end the war. Zelensky said Friday the plan is about 90% ready. It would end the nearly 4-year-long war that started after Russia invaded Ukraine in February of 2022. The announcement comes after Zelensky said he had a good conversation with U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law. The push comes as Russian President Vladimir Putin continues demanding Ukraine cede territory in the eastern part of the country, and Ukraine agreed to never join NATO while limiting its future ability to defend itself. The meeting comes as Russia and Ukraine are not directly negotiating, with talks to end the war mostly going through the U.S. In Washington, I'm Katrin Asaf.
The United States military carried out a deadly strike in northwest Nigeria on Christmas Day. President Trump said he ordered the strike on Islamic State terrorists. In a Truth Social post yesterday, the president accused ISIS of killing innocent Christians in the country. The president went on to say he previously warned the terrorists if they did not stop, there would be, quote, hell to pay. It's still unclear how many people were killed. 2 people were killed when a Palestinian man launched a car ramming and stabbing attack in northern Israel. Israeli police and emergency workers say a Palestinian from the Israeli-occupied West Bank attacked and killed a man and a woman on Friday before he was shot and wounded. The attack came a day after an Israeli military reservist dressed in civilian clothes rammed his vehicle into a Palestinian man who was praying on a roadside in the West Bank after earlier firing shots in the area. Back in Kentucky, a woman is recovering after a shooting near downtown Lexington. Police say it happened just before 5 a.m. at the 200 block of South Limestone near VIP Smoke Shop. When they arrived, they found a woman with a gunshot wound. She was rushed to a local hospital. Police say her injuries are not life-threatening. New developments tonight in the deadly shooting at Kentucky State University. The parents of the student who was killed in the incident have been arrested in Indiana. This comes days after a grand jury decided not to indict the man arrested for the shooting. Chardonnay Cleveland and Dejan Darrell Fox were charged with intimidation in Vanderburgh County. Police records show the pair made online threats toward Jacob Bard. Bard is the man who was originally charged in the shooting and later cleared by a grand jury. His attorneys claim it was self-defense. A 15th victim of the UPS plane crash in Louisville has died. In a post on Facebook, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg says Alan Rodriguez Colina died Christmas morning from injuries he sustained from the crash. The owner and CEO of Grade A Recycling says he was also one of the company's employees there, making him the 4th employee killed by the crash. The initial investigation reveals the left engine and left pylon detached from that UPS plane during takeoff. 2 police officers were shot outside a shopping center in North Carolina. This happened in Mint Hill, that's outside Charlotte. Officers were initially called to the shopping center for a child custody exchange. Police say a man pulled out a gun and started shooting. He was shot and killed. The officers were seriously injured. Some new information about a story we first told you about on Christmas night. A Nebraska man was busted in Kentucky with a bunch of Christmas gifts, but what police discovered inside those gifts was illegal. It happened during a traffic stop in Jeffersontown in Louisville. A police canine alerted officers to the drugs in the truck, which were wrapped in holiday gift paper. Inside those packages, 55 pounds of meth. 23-year-old Jacob Talamontes told investigators he was traveling from Iowa and intended to sell the drugs. He is facing several charges. In Scott County, the sheriff's office is warning folks about another wave of warrant scam attempts. The scammer is spoofing the sheriff's office number, so it looks like the call is coming from them. Then they say you have an active warrant and ask for payment over the phone. Do not do it. It's a scam. The sheriff's office says they will never discuss warrants or ask for payment over the phone. They are asking you to pass along this information to your elderly friends and family who are unfortunately the most common victims. More than 60 people across at least 22 states have gotten sick with salmonella, and the outbreak is linked to raw oysters, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC says at least 20 people have been hospitalized, but at last check, no deaths have been reported. No recall has been announced because officials said a common source of the oysters had not yet been identified. The Food and Drug Administration is also investigating. The new year is set to bring back an old policy for those with student loans. The Education Department is bringing back the policy the week of January 7th. About 1,000 notices will go out to default borrowers, with more set to go out every month after moving ahead. Officials say borrowers should receive a 30-day notice before the payments start. During that time, they can try to set up a payment plan or raise objections.
Hey everybody, good evening. Hope you're enjoying this 26th day of December. Chris Bailey doing a little pinch hit work on a Friday evening. It's a wet one across parts of eastern Kentucky down into the mountains. We've had some on again, off again showers, better part of the day. How about we roll into Saturday? We get a little better air in here. We're going to see temperatures that'll range from the mid-50s north to the low and mid-60s across the Virginia border counties. Those temperatures, again, topping out a little cooler than what we have seen over the past several days and what we're going to see on Sunday. Your radar picture, spotty showers, some drizzle, just a little nasty for parts of the region. We got a cold front dropping in from northwest to southeast. That has all kinds of winter weather away from the mountains. That's up into parts of New York City, getting in on a snowstorm. What we're going to be dealing with, that warm wind across the plains, going to surge in here to end the weekend, and then we get an Arctic front arriving on the scene for your Monday. It's a wild weather ride. Buckle up. 10-day forecast comes your way in just a few.
Chris, thank you. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has something to look forward to in 2026, a new baby. In a social media post today, Leavitt announced she was pregnant with a baby girl. She says she's due in May. Leavitt also expressed gratitude to President Trump and White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles for their support. She ended her message by writing she can't wait to be a girl mom. Leavitt and her husband welcomed their first child in July 2024. As 2025 is drawing to a close, local nonprofits ask that you consider giving one more gift this year. It's the gift of donations. These organizations depend on donations to offer programs, experiences, and resources to better the community for generations to come. Mariah Congito has the story.
There's not a better time for people to support the nonprofits that they believe in.
Due to inflation and financial uncertainty for many, nonprofits like Life Adventure Center are closing out the year with less in the bank.
And this has been a very challenging funding year for our nonprofit and all of our friends working in the nonprofit sector.
Life Adventure Center uses outdoor adventure to transform lives.
We serve 26 counties in the surrounding area, and we offer camps and retreats for trauma-affected population.
Every year, Executive Director Julie Bredigan says 3,000 people participate in their programs, many who've been impacted by parental incarceration.
Whether it's climbing a rock wall and ziplining, doing an equine assisted learning program, it's a really empowering, resilience building experience for them that they would not normally have access to.
All of this, however, costs money. Britigan says $1.7 million per year to be exact.
We need to invest in really talented staff. Our participants deserve the very best support and facilities.
Britigan says participants have asked for more programming, which they'd like to say yes to, but they've been declined grants at a higher rate than in years past, and donations are sluggish.
Last year this time we were incredibly blessed with some really generous donations at the end of the year, so that is our hope this year.
Britigan encourages people to choose the gift of donation to round out the year. Whether it comes from a company or an individual, she says it's mutually beneficial.
Take advantage of tax write-offs. Nonprofits do just so much for our community.
Mariah Congito, WKYT.
A recent poll by the Associated Press says that half of Americans have donated to a charitable foundation once and don't plan to again, and only 18% plan to donate again before the end of the year. At least 7 Kentucky high school students will march in the 137th Rose Parade on New Year's Day. 4 of the students are from Lafayette in Lexington, 2 are from Paul Laurence Dunbar, and 1 is from Henry Clay, all Lexington schools. The students will be part of the Bands of America Honor Band, which consists of more than 250 performers. The students are spending a week in Southern California to rehearse. The theme of the parade is The Magic in Teamwork. It's happening at 11 a.m. on January 1st. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, Times Square, New York City is preparing for the ball to drop on New Year's Eve.
From our